Hey guys, here are 7 things to help you get things done. I'm going to share them with you up front, and then I'm going to give you the backstory after. So that way you can just listen to the first part of this video, write them down and run, or you can sit and wait and for the story part. Okay, so stop thinking, start doing. I'm going to talk about that after. Number one, stop thinking within limits. Number two, learning can be a crutch that supports inaction. Number three, practice is learning, but learning is not practice. Four, motivate yourself by putting a reward at the end. Five, stop losing yourself in the future or the past. Six, read motivational books or listen to motivational books. Seven, listen to motivational music. And this is on www.codeofliving.com, and you look for the article How to Stop Thinking and Start Doing. Now, the reason I came upon this is I personally have I have a lot of creative projects, and many times there's so many of them that I get demotivated. So if you have one, you can do it for a while and get tired of it and come back. But it's like when you have like five, you're just like, wow, like there's always something to do. And after a couple months, you won't get burnt out. But after like say 5 or 10 years of doing the same thing, yeah, you might get burnt out on it and you might get demotivated. So I like the title, Stop Thinking, Start Doing. Thinking right now can be good for us because we can think our ways out of problems into solutions. Also, the mind can also play tricks on you and can really get enrolled in stories that aren't true or gravitate or latch on to information that's harmful and not true. So, yes, thinking is crucial, it's critical, it's a skill, but it's also overthinking can turn on us. So we should be aware of that. Thinking can also be a buffer zone where we spend way too much thinking about a project and not actually doing it. In the sacred geometry world, thinking would be represented by the flower of life, where it's just like an idea. It's a nebulous, right? It doesn't really have a form yet, but it's got an energy to it. And then doing is more of like the Metatron, where it's like, okay, we've got the idea, let's run with it. Let's take it to the next level, make it a reality, manifest it. So sometimes, if you suffer from like depression, okay, which I've battled with on and off since I was a kid, um, it's not about necessarily being sad. It's more of like a lack of, it's just like feeling hopeless. Like no matter what I do, the end result's going to be the same. So you just don't see any possibilities. You don't see a point. You don't see a reason, and I kind of toggle between that to like an absolute fulfillment meaning of life purpose. Like it's a pretty wide range of emotions. So I empathize with people on both sides who are highly motivated and highly unmotivated. Um, Before all this started happening with the coronavirus, I was kind of struggling with motivation, and now it's like I'm at home all the time, just like you guys, and it's like I definitely don't want to spend the next 14 or however long days we're in quarantine getting nothing done. Like I don't want to just have I don't want to just scroll Facebook for the next 2 weeks. I don't want to play video games. I made sure I can't play video games because I broke my controller yesterday. Um, I want to finish my book. I want to work on my next website. I want to clean all my stuff, like clean my house and clean my car and clean out my garage. I want to turn my garage into a store. I want to improve I want to educate myself. I want to improve my situation and utilize this time. And I just like, I get into those spaces where it's just like, oh, there's so much to do. I might as well do nothing, which I don't, but it's like getting myself out of bed and motivating myself is like a whole other thing. And so I hope this is like a personal issue that I hope helps you guys. Um, Stop thinking within limits. So number one, stop thinking within limits. Yeah, stop thinking that even if you take action, it's not that it's hopeless, because that's not true. Many times I've thought I was stuck somewhere forever, and that was like 26 states ago, right? I've lived in a lot more places than I ever thought I would, and I've had more businesses and more experiences than I ever thought I would. because at the time I had limited thinking, and now it's like, oh, well, I realize literally anything I do can create a ripple effect or butterfly effect. Number two, learning can be a crutch that supports inaction. Yes and no. Education is really important to moving onward and upward, but becoming a professional student for your entire life and never actually going out and practicing is what they're talking about. Getting stuck in that middle phase can be definitely inhibiting. Three, practice is learning, but learning is not practice. So a lot of time people ask me to train them, like when we're either doing coaching or say working, we're making stickers or bottles or something. And they want me to train them. And I'm like, well, just do it. Like, just do it and repeatedly do it because that's how you master something. You can't just hit a golf ball once and then go off to the PGA Tour. You have to hit that ball 10,000 times and learn all the ins and outs and mechanics of golf, of hitting a ball. And, the same as when you make a sticker or build a website or write curriculum or, relationships even are practice. So, yeah, learning does not actually put your hands in it, even though it can educate you, it can open your eyes to it. But it's not the same as doing. Number four, motivate yourself by putting a reward on the end. I don't think that one's actually on the website. I think they worded it a certain way and then I changed it so it would just kind of like for me it would be easier to understand because I'm going to print this out and put it on my wall. Oftentimes I'm just like, oh, I need coffee. So I'm like, I'm going to go get coffee. It's like, well, what if I did this 15-minute thing first? Like say packed all the boxes I need to ship, then take those out to the post office, then go get coffee after. Something as simple as that. Oops, almost forgot number five. Stop losing yourself in the future or the past. So some of my friends are really good at just being present. I feel like when I breathe and I motivate and I actually have a tool that I use when I like look up at the ceiling and down at the floor and breathe and put my hand in my chest and I say I'm here. That helps me get present. Quick tool for you. Now my intellect tends to grasp onto the past and the future. And in some cases, as a strategist, that can work well for you. But in other cases, like I said before, where your mind can kind of play tricks on you, we can use the past to copy and paste in our future. If it's bad, we can create a bad future based on what we believe about ourselves from the past, and we don't have to cling to old versions of ourselves. It's extremely important to allow things from the past to go stay in the past, forgive ourselves, and create a new version of ourselves for the future. That's what we do in the present. Present is where all the power is, right? It's the only moment that really exists. The future, that's like we are constantly trying to engineer it to win. So, you know, what choices we make right now are always some kind of bet, like a gamble that okay, whatever choices I make right now should serve me the best possible way in the future. And then sometimes we can get lost so far in the future, like we're already making problems that don't even exist from things we haven't even done yet. So being present, using the tool to breathe and be present and be like, okay, this is what we have to deal with right now, and this is what I can create right now, and this is what I have the power to handle right now. Sometimes it's the best possible way to get centered, and then you can actually get motivated from an actual centered point of view instead of a frustrated point of view or the flustered, well, I need to do something point of view. It's like you don't need to. It would serve your highest good. And you realize that once you get present, and then you're ready to take your next step. Read motivational books. Definitely what type of data you consume will change your frequency, vibration, what you think is true and untrue, and what you think is possible and impossible. Also listening, like Kindle or not Kindle, Audible has tons of books, and so does YouTube. A lot of motivational talk. Sometimes I'll listen to a motivational talk instead of music when I'm at the gym, and I'm like at the gym moving my blood and my, pumping energy through me and kind of getting my engine started for the day. That's a really nice way. That's how I get up every day. I'm like, wake up. Doesn't matter if I'm sad or happy. It's like, go to the gym, start your engine, listen to some motivational stuff, and then after that, choose whether or not you want to be lazy all day or you actually want to take action. Number 7, listen to motivational music. Yes, everybody's motivational music is different. There's a lot of uplifting things now, uplifting music. I listen to anything from trap to, to John Mayer, whatever it is that suits my mood. So, Wayne Dyer said, if you're suffering from depression, he's like, do you know the cure is? He's like, do something. He's like, literally anything. Like, get yourself, like, if you have to fight, like, get yourself off the couch and take yourself on a 5-minute walk, a 30-second walk, whatever. Do some push ups, do some sit ups, pick up a book, read one passage. Don't read the whole book. Like, just do something to, like, shake the dust off, and when you move the energy in your body, you move the energy in your life. And so I hope this helps you if you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, which is you have all the time in the world and yet you may not be getting anything done, or not feeling motivated. This is a great time. Time is the most precious commodity right now. This is a great time to prepare ourselves and to make ourselves more aware, educate ourselves, escalate our current position in life, finish all the projects we've been working on that are unfinished, fixing things, healing ourselves. Like, this is a terrible time in the world, but we can make it into something great if we, focus, um, make moves on the things that we deserve, um, keep ourselves motivated, schedule our time, make the best of it. I've been in, if you know anything about me, I've had a lot of I'm not going to say hard times. Somebody would say that. Let's say interesting life challenges from the time I was little up until now, and I'm 41 now. You know, um, and I mean, like, I used to ride the city bus and transfer from, like, buses to trains when I was 5 years old. Like, I've had to learn to adapt and sort of fend for myself since I was like baby size. So um, I think we're going to get things thrown at us, and we're going to allow it to hold us back, or we're going to use this time to our advantage. So I really hope that this helps you guys. I'm going to challenge myself to stay motivated. I have books that I've been wanting to write for years. I have curriculum to record. I have a whole, basically, like, 40 modules. I could build a school if I wanted, online school right now if I wanted to. I still have 2 businesses that are running. One, I don't know if it's going to make it through this year. Probably not, just to put it out there. Um, I still have work to do on myself as a human being. So, yeah, I just don't want to, I don't want to come out of this thing and be like, wow, I wasted all that time. I want to be better off than when I started, elevated, escalated, and most of all, helping others. So I hope this finds you well. Love you guys out there in internet land. So Peacemaker out.